welcome to what I'm calling a PJs and popcorn review, because I have popcorn and I'm wearing PJs, and I'm going to give you my review of the Mortal Instruments series, which is why the computer is here, because clearly you're on my phone. I feel like I've given enough intro, so we're just gonna get into it. I read the whole series in about 14 days. So I started it because I had watched the City of Bones movie, and then my roommate had said, oh, there's a whole series. You should read the series. I loved it when I was a kid. I was like, okay, I'm kind of in a fantasy mood. I may as well read the series. And it was a time, let me tell you. I started with City of Bones, as one does. I went in order, shocker. I rated this one 4 stars. It was pretty good. You know, the writing was not my favorite. I didn't really like the writing, but I let that slide a little because it was YA, and it was something I would have liked when I was in about 8th or 9th grade. But as me in my senior year of college, it was not my favorite thing I've ever read, but it was entertaining. My overall thoughts were that Clary and Jace, well, Clary mostly, was incredibly annoying. So annoying. And she drove me nuts. Throughout the whole series, she drove me nuts. Oh, I also should say, there will be spoilers. There haven't been so far, but there will be, because some of my biggest issues have to do with plot points. So I feel like I have to talk about them. So at the end of City of Bones, there's the whole, oh no, Clary and Jace are siblings, but oh no, they love each other. That could have been gone. Like, you didn't need that. You didn't need to do that. There are ways around, like, having Jace be who he is without having Valentine claim that he's his son, if that makes sense. Like, I'm sure there is a way to have gotten around that. That was unnecessary. And even the actual incest was unnecessary. The whole thing was just weird. Okay, City of Ashes, I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't really remember what happened in this one. I know that they were in New York. Let's go read the blurb. Love and power, deadliest temptations. She control her feelings for a boy who can know. Yeah, I really don't know what happened in City of Ashes. It must not have been important. I gave it 3 stars. What happened in City of Ashes? Oh, City of Ashes is the one where Valentine was on the boat the whole time, and it was like, oh no, Jace is Valentine's son. Oh no, everybody hates Jace. It was stupid. It was so unnecessary. You did not need a whole book about that. Up next was City of Glass. I rated this one 3 stars. This is the one where they were in their stupid little city. That's about it. Oh, also, Valentino dies in this one. Oh, yeah. I call him Valentino, not Valentine. That's how my brain read it the first time, and that's what he's stuck as. Up next, we have the City of Fallen Angels. God, I don't remember what happened in this one either. Let's click on it and find out. Simon meets Jordan, and Clary and Jace start being together, and Jace gets possessed. That one was boring, I have to say. I was bored. City of Lost Souls was, I think, my favorite. It was the most entertaining. It was the most unique. It was the one where both Clary and Jace are kind of with, what's his face, Sebastian, the whole time, and he's basically pretending to be good. Like, it was interesting. That was my favorite. And then finally we have, I rated City of Lost Souls 4 stars. Finally, we have City of Heavenly Fire. I rated this one 3 stars. I was so disappointed at the ending. Now, thoughts on the series as a whole. I despised the ending. I hated it. It was so bad. Because you are telling me that this whole time, Clary is having dreams about how Jace has wings, and presumably Sebastian is the other, like, light wings, and Sebastian is the one with the dark wings, which, very cliche. And they don't actually fight. Like, I'm sorry, what? You're telling me that they don't actually fight on the frozen lake, and the only mention in the last battle scene we get on the frozen lake is Clary being like, oh, he melted into glass or something like that, and it looked like the frozen lake. Like, it was like very stupid. It was, oh my god, it drove me nuts. That was annoying. And just like poorly done. You're foreshadowing this the whole time, that there's gonna be some like big final battle between Jace and Sebastian, and I was expecting there to be a big final battle between them, and for it to be like, oh no, we're doomed, this is the part I saw from my dream, but then, oh wait, something happened that didn't happen in my dream, this means I can still change it, and like Clary can save the day. Anyway, I was annoyed by that. The second grievance I had with this series was that every book followed the exact same structure for the plot. Every book's plot was the exact same structure. And it really frustrated me, like really a lot, because you start the first book, okay, fine, like you probably had to pitch it. It was her first book ever published. You probably had to pitch it as standalone, like, oh, like, yeah, we defeat Valentino. Hooray. Like there's a battle at the end. Second book did not need to be that. You knew probably that you were getting more books. I'm sorry, what? Every book followed, oh no, something bad happens. Oh no, we spend the whole book trying to solve this something bad. Oh no, it's a battle. And I was so sick of it by the end of 6 books. So sick. And then the 6th book didn't even end on a battle. Not really. It was like a fake battle between like, kind of like a battle of the wills, if we're being completely honest. Yeah, it drove me nuts. The repetitiveness of the plot, like the things that were happening were not the same, but the order in which they happened and like kind of the like procession of each book happened the exact same way every time, and I was so sick of it by the end. My third grievance is that the plot twists were so predictable. I guessed almost everything that was going to happen before it happened. And yeah, it's a YA book, but like even in a YA book, you could make your plot twists better. Like they don't, if you're a YA, you don't have to be able to guess. Like part of the fun, part of the reason you write these plot twists is because you want to make people surprised. I don't think having worse plot twists in a YA book makes sense really, but maybe that's the reason. I have no idea. Oh, yeah, I can't believe I forgot this. This is huge. The whole series, the entire 6 books, takes place in 6 months. It was so unrealistic to me. It was so unrealistic. Every time they brought up how fast it went, it made me upset inside, because you're telling me these people got into like 4, maybe 6 major battles in 6 months and they all survived? There's no way. There's just no way. There's no way they would all survive. Like like Isabel, Alec, Magnus, Clary, Jace, all of them survived? There's no way. You gotta kill Luke, Joss, they all survived. You had to kill somebody. She only ever killed side characters. So like she had to kill somebody, that's one thing. And then the plot being so fast, like Claire's birthday is in June, and then the series ends right around New Year's. I cannot fathom why it would have had to move that fast. Yeah, and the fact that they were 16 the whole time was just crazy to me. Like, start them at 16 and end them at 18. It irked me so much, I can't even articulate how much it irked me while I was reading it. So overall, I had a very frustrating but entertaining experience with this series. With all of my grievances and complaints, I enjoyed myself while I was reading it. It's why my ratings for the books are so high. If I hadn't, well, I wouldn't have finished the series, to be completely honest, if I hadn't been enjoying myself. It was entertaining, and that's most of the reasons why I read, so it's why I gave them the high level stars they did, despite all of my grievances. But I likely will not be reading anything else by her, although I have been told that the Clockwork Angel series, maybe Clockwork Princess, something like that one is significantly better and really good, so you never know. As of right now, I have no further plans to read anything else by her. It was I think probably more frustrating experience than it was worth, but like, I'm happy I read them, because there are some series that everybody's read that I will never read. Some of them being Harry Potter, The Hunger Games. I'm never gonna read any of those. And there's nothing anybody can say or do to make me read them. So for me to have read this one, it's kind of a feat. That is all I have to say about the series. So I hope you enjoyed the PJs and Popcorn series review. I had fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought about the series if you read it. If you haven't read it, let me know if you plan to, because just because I didn't really like it doesn't mean that you are also not going to really like it, unless the things that bothered me will also bother you. But if you really loved it, that's fine too. Like, it wasn't my cup of tea. So Thank you for watching, for sticking with me, listening to me ramble about it, because it was a very frustrating experience, and that I'll see you when I see you.